Okay, this is a key lever from a Elipian piano. Unlike most piano actions that are made of wood and felt and pins, this guy is made of metal and plastic. Now, because of it's made of metal and plastic, they used grease for all the bearing points. Now, you've got to put grease there and grease here, and there's a couple of other components for the hammer and damper that need grease as well. But this guy is 60 years old, so the grease has gone all sticky and all the parts are gone slow. This one's not too bad, but a lot of them are slower than that. And because of the grease going sticky, so what I've got to do is clean the grease off with a brush, toothbrush, and I've got to re-grease it, and I'll put lithium grease on it, and then all the parts will move really nicely again. It's just going to take a while to do. So this jack slides out like that, and there's a spring, this spring aside. As you can see, the grease there, it's all gone hard. Working pretty quick now. So there we go, it's greased up and ready to be put back into the piano. Okay, these are the springs that hold the key on the Elipian piano. And these guys have been all covered by this sticky grease as well. So I've got them soaking in degreaser, and I'm just going to quickly brush them off and wipe them off, and then they'll be ready for when we put it back together. Elipian piano action. Now, I've already done a whole lot of work on the keys and the jacks, and they're all working perfectly. Now I'm trying to get all the dampers working nicely, these guys. Yeah, as you can see, they're pretty slow, you know, they should be like instantaneous. Very slow. I think this one here. Yeah, you can see how slow that is. Alright, so, and it's very difficult to work on. And I've worked out that I need to remove the hammer before I can get at these levers, and then I can clean them out and re-grease them. And yeah, so our hammers go in nice and easily, which is good. You just gotta, they're normally up like this, and you've got a rail that holds them up there. You take the rail off, they all go down like that, and you can see that little tab that stops them from coming out. Now that it's like that, you can just push it down, and it just neatly comes out, and it's held in by a spring there, and you can get it back in just by pushing on the spring and clipping it back in. So that's the easy part. Yeah, So I'm going to take all these hammers off, and then I'm going to see if I can get these damper levers off and fit them up. Wish me luck. That's the 75 hammers removed from the action. Okay, here's one of the hammers. As you can see, it's got this greasy gunk all over it. And the hammers are actually working really good. But while I've got them out, I might as well degrease it and re-grease it properly, because this grease is 60 years old and it's getting quite sticky. Okay, this is the back of the piano. And I had to degrease all these little bearing points for the action. Where's my finger? There we are. So it goes up and down like that. It's all working nice and quick. So I had to lift it up and with a brush put some, well, first of all I had to degrease it, which took quite a while. And so I had to put this tarp underneath it, and magically I found a tarp that exactly fits the piano, which is great because all this grease and gunk that's come off didn't, and all the degreaser didn't spill on the piano. Now, so then I put lithium grease with a brush, managed to get it in, and on the other side, now here's the front. So here's our little damper guy there. It just goes up and down like that in those little slots. So again, I also had to degrease that and clean it up as best I could, but it's very hard to get to, and I just did what I could and sprayed buckets of degreaser in there. Then I pushed them in and put some brush some lithium grease in there, and now all these are working nice and quickly, which is great. So should be good when it's all put back together again. That one's funny. I might have to adjust it, but let's see. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, moves a little. Yeah, so I'm adjusting it. I think all the dampers should work. I'm not too keen on replacing the dampers because that could be a major job, just taking them off and re-gluing them and getting all back on. So I'm not going to do that until it becomes a problem. So anyway, so that's the dampers addressed, and there's no slow dampers anymore. And I'm going to put some lithium grease on the hammer points, which go in here with the hammer slot underneath there. That little spring holds the hammers on. And then I'll put the hammers back on, and then I can put it all back together again. Okay, here's another thing. This is the balance rail. All the keys pivot on this balance rail. I've already cleaned up all the keys and degreased them and everything like that. Got all the gunk off. Now I've got to do this, guys, along here, and get all that gunk off. Clean it up with degreaser and wipe it off until it's dry, and then re-grease it. So another greasy exercise for me to do. Okay, now we've got a nice coating of lithium grease on a relatively clean balance rail. A lot cleaner than it was before anyway. And right, so now I go and degrease and clean and re-grease the hammers. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean this gunk off the hammers, degrease it and wipe it off, and then put lithium grease. And the tops of them are pretty dirty, so I might give it a bit of a scrub. Okay, here's a clean hammer. We've got those two little bits here that used to have grease on them, and now we'll put some new grease on. here. Push the spring down and the slot. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong way around. Put it the right way around and then do it. There it is. So 75 of those guys. Okay, that's all the hammers back in, and I've installed the hammer rest rail. This guy here holds all the hammers up, and let's get on with the next bit. Just got some new box cloth felt, and I cut up all these little squares or rectangles, and they're going to go on the back of these keys. So I'm going to remove these and glue the new ones on. There we go. New damper lifter felts on all the keys. Now I can put all the keys back in the piano. Yay! Okay, keys. Now, these keys are held in by these little springs here. And to get them out, you just got to put a pair of pliers right there, and just pull up, and the spring comes out. Okay, then you can remove the key, yeah? But I'm putting them back in it at the moment, so I'm just showing you how I got them out. Now to get it back in, it's pretty much a reverse of that. And there's a little hole that goes in the hole, and then there's another little hole where the other end goes down the bottom. Once it goes in there, you just push it down, and it magically falls into position. And there it is, in position. And your key works nicely. Now damper is lifting perfectly. Happy days. All these ones don't have dampers in them, so the rest of them do, and a whole bunch more to go. Well, there it is, folks, on the Elipian piano with restored action, amongst other things.